We just put in a lot of work, gang. Look at this mess everywhere. The grinder is a little bit dirty, but man, we're getting there. Mold's cut out, looking very, very nice. Another mold. And let's look at this real quick. So the edges, like I always say, I always concentrate on the edges. Very nice cutout. You see it's a little bit overhanging right here, but that's okay because I'm actually just going to come through with my same grinder, but I'm going to put a sanding disc, probably a 36 grit, and just sand it real nice and smooth along with the edges so everything's very nice and flat and smooth. And then maybe with the DA we'll just scuff her up right before we start laying rings down, because we want the wood columns to, you know, attach really good to the fiberglass mat. And they will attach good, just as long as, you know, we scuff her down a little bit and make sure that we have good contact with the hot glue that's going to set the rings on there. Boy, literally just got done cutting this one out. We have to do a very small repair on this guy. Is it this? Okay, this guy, because when I was pulling it off, it got broke a little bit. But that's fine though, because since the back of the mold is what we want, the front of it, we can just put a little patch, put a piece of fiberglass mat with some resin, and that'll be patched up, ready to rock and roll to lay some rings. Same thing with these. We have to come through with the grinder, set them on the door, and just grind them out really good so they get the perfect fit that we want. Now, so we're putting in that work over here. Today, I'm going to go ahead and clean up a majority of all this mess that I got going on, just so I'm not stepping on stuff. Remember, a clean work area is a fun work area, I guess, if you want to call that. But anyways, so let me get cleaned up. I'm going to grab some rings and I'm going to show you a quick layout of what the door panel may look like. What my plan is to do is I want to shape all these guys up and then get them pretty much ready for tomorrow when we start doing woodworking. We can finally be able to cut out all the tweeter rings, adjust all the rings that we have for the other door panel build, cut out strips, and then we can maybe start laying some rings down tomorrow if we're able to. You know, one thing that I am always gonna emphasize, if that's the word, man, we keep it 1000 with you guys. Here on my channel, you know, we do car audio here in the backyard, and I try to keep it as raw and uncut as possible, because in the car audio custom fabrication world, everything that will go wrong or could go wrong will go wrong. It's not a perfect world. Some people that have other channels or, you know, make car audio videos just show you the building process and don't give you like behind the scenes activity that goes along with all these builds. So say for example, you know, you're a beginner trying to make some fiberglass door panels. You do somewhat the steps that, you know, you've seen in the videos or seen other people doing, and then you take your mold off and then get some like the glue that's from the tape, residue that just comes through your door, and stuff like that. And you see a lot of the people will never tell you about, you know, stuff like this that happens. You know, it's just basically you just got to clean it while it's still fresh. You see what I'm saying? I really like to use the Dawn soap because, man, this thing gets the grease and all that stuff out. So, you know, it's just a matter of just getting, you know, your little scuff pad that we bought and just clean it up. It's all going to come off. You see what I'm saying? Another product that you can use as well too is the Fast Orange to get all the extra glue off of it, so it doesn't get seen or it just comes off the door. You know, after we cut out holes and the panels in there, there's no going back with these door panels. So like in the center area, if there's spots that get, you know, resin that pass through or some of the sticky stuff on it, I wouldn't too much worry about that. But say for example, you know, we're only coming up to this lip and this is going to be seen on the door. We just want to go ahead and just clean that up as much as possible and make it look good, so when we lay our door panel down after it's built, man, it looks really good in there. It's a good thing to like show you these type of things because, you know, you may run into these problems and then you're going to scramble trying to figure out, you know, the best way how to, you know, fix that situation. But, you know, a little bit of what you're watching right now and maybe a little bit of knowledge that you got, mix those things together, you're going to come up with a solution and you're going to solve your problem. And then, you know, you're going to have a really good outcome. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, don't be scared. I'm never scared. You know, there's always a fix to everything. And look, you see like right here, that's the tackiness from the back of the tape. And just grab your pad, put that elbow grease on it, and look. It's coming off. See what I'm saying? So you're in there, man. Good. Alright, looking just like that, it is clean, ladies and gentlemen. That's just soap. That's going to dry off. But, man, other than that, it is ready. So let me clean up the other door panels, just make sure they're all good, and then we can get back on it. Okay, for one, all the mechanisms that make the door work, they're literally like inside the door panel. So say this is the door panel and we were to take this off, it's going to be a flat surface. Then you're going to have like a sound mat on there to keep the road noise from coming in, and the only thing that's really like popping out that's on the door is the door handle and the door lock. Everything else is just like wires. The window motor is actually sitting inside the door itself, and, you know, along with the mechanisms to make it go up and down. So you know, I'm just gonna, you know, pretend it's a flat surface on the door panel. We are doing these Neo earthquake speakers, and the real awesome thing about them is that they're really actually shallow and there's no magnet on it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like nothing. Same thing with these horns. Like, these horns are like the smallest ones that you can get, so they're basically like nothing either. So I already know for a fact, you know, there's a hole right here, so, you know, we can place a speaker right here. Look at how much gap we already got because of the door pocket, so that's perfect. Same thing right here, there's an opening on the metal of the door, and it gives us a clear, you know, way, so, you know, the magnet will never hit. and obviously this is like popped out. So, you know, we can bring these tweeters out, and they're past any components that the door sits on that's going to be in the way. So the tweeters, we have a lot of playroom with them too. So we actually have a lot of playroom with the whole setup of the door panel that, you know, we can work with. This is what pretty much the setup is going to look like, but it may have a little kick here straight forward and another kick outwards. This is just a reference. We could probably fit like 2 horns here. You see what I'm saying? We could probably put them staggered. You know, we can figure out a way. And then, or we could just put 1 horn here and then put 2 horns back here, like my door panel. And then, you know, I can actually sit here and I can cut out the ring, so I can actually, instead of it sitting in there, it's sitting inside that lip and basically countersink. So basically we can have this one popping out because we know that it's plenty of clearance there. But this one we can countersink it a little bit, and then when we do our fleece, it'll drop down and it'll give you a nice wave. And same thing with this one, we can actually cut it out as well too, countersink it a little bit so the tweeters pop it out, so it gives it more of a curvature. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, we have a lot of, you know, ideas and plenty of ways to play with the door panel. So, you know, we're not just stuck on just doing a flat, you know, panel type stuff. You know, we can able to, you know, play with her. These are the tweeter, the horns, and these are the mids that are going on this door panel. Shallow components, equipment I mean. So we have plenty, you know, playroom with it. Please stay tuned for tomorrow's video, because tomorrow we're going to actually get into the woodworking part of this adventure. And don't forget, we're going to be building along the other door panels that we were working on as well too, along with this, so we can knock off both door panels at the same time. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, man. You know, we're out here, you know, trying to do a little bit of work. Slow motion is better than no motion. And then tomorrow we're actually going to get down and dirty and do some woodworking, man. So definitely subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, stay tuned for tomorrow's video, and man, we're going to keep going on these door panels and get these things done. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.